Guys, so this is the explanation video that I promised to upload on YouTube. So today we'll be analyzing this OsMA system, and we'll be using the whole day of 9 February for analysis on Boom 500. So we are going to start at o'clock. So basically what we'll be looking for is a crossover from the system, because we'll be trading and taking crossovers based on momentum, and there are two types, and this is the first one, this one that you can see here. Where are you? This one. You can see that the blue momentum is crossing the purple momentum going up, and this is for boom, and this is the first condition that we call a continuation. If you know from my signals, there are two types. There is continuation signal and a reversal signal. So this is the continuation signal. This is the buy. So whenever blue is crossing purple going up, that will be the continuation signal. And you can see we got our big spike here because the continuation signal is more accurate than the reverse. I will explain later when we get some reversal setups. And this is another one. Now this is the reversal. You can see that blue is closing purple going down. So this was a sniper reversal signal. You can see the difference here. Blue is crossing purple going up, and here is crossing purple going down, and this is the reversal signal. And here is another one, I think. Yes, this one is promising, this one. Blue crossing purple going down, that's another reversal again. Yeah, and you can see the system doesn't repaint. And there is this condition also, and you have to watch out for this condition because it's very you can see right here, this is the continuation that we talked about. But there are two types of momentum. There is natural momentum and there is artificial, and the artificial one is this one that you can see here. Why? Because we will not be taking the signal. Why? Because we just received a big spike here, and this was the reversal, and you can see that the momentum just from around here, from this spike, it was forced to go up because of this spike. So we must avoid taking the continuation signal after a long buy or a long spike of any kind. And here is another reversal. I would better take this reversal than take this continuation. And we received our small spike. And usually the stop loss for the reversal is 10 candles. Just 10. And for the continuation, you can put stop loss 20, that's the maximum. So let's look for another setup. This one is promising again. You can see from here, blue crossing purple going up. And we received our spikes, our mega spikes, this crossover. This is the condition that we talked about earlier. You can see that after these big spikes, then we got a continuation. This was the second continuation. So we will not be taking it. It gave us a small spike, but it will not be that accurate. So we'll have to look for another one, and this is another one right here. It hasn't exactly crossed over, but it's another condition met. You can see right now, after this crossover, then we received our spike, and you have to watch out for the 10 bar stop loss again, because this is the reversal signal. And another one. Yeah, let's look for another one. And you can see right now, this was a promising reversal, and I would have taken it. You can see that it was a little bit close to the crossover, and the spikes came early. Let's find another one. Right now you can receive another spike here. And it didn't come in 10 candles, so we will have to close. And this spike came early, but as you can see, the setup was lagging. You can see from this curved crossover, this curve momentum, it was supposed to cross over somewhere around here. But it lagged going down. You can see that it went down all over here, but the spikes came. And back to our reversal. Let's look for another reversal, and this is another one around here. You can see that blue is crossing purple going down, and that's a reversal. And if it doesn't spike in 10 minutes, then we close. And our spike was received, and it's still going up. And this one was a valid buy again, because you can see that the momentum didn't rush like what I explained earlier. It didn't rush to cross over here. It took its time to maintain the momentum going up. So this was a valid buy again. Then now we'll be looking for reversal. And this was a crossover here. And we received my small spike, and a small spike, and then our bigger spike came. And this one is the continuation, and it spiked early, but it was very promising. You can see from this setup here, and it's still going up, and now it's the reversal. And you can see from this crossover here, we received our spike. And this was a reversal again. And you can see that we received maybe about 10 entries, and it's now 9:38, 9 hours only, on the 9th of February. So we still have a long day to go. And here it's lagging. You can see here from this setup. So we have to wait for our buy. And you can see this is the condition that we talked about. that you will not be taking this continuation signal after these long spikes. So now we are waiting for our reversal, and it was lagging here. It was supposed to cross over somewhere here, then we would receive these spikes. And here was our spike, sniper reversal, blue crossing purple going down. Then our continuation, it was lagging, you can see. It was supposed to come and cross over somewhere here. You can see the cave and cross over here, but it was lagging. But the spike came. And you can see when it finally crossed over, it received our small spike. And here is another reversal again. And you'll be putting your stop loss to 10 candles from here. Yeah, this one did the stop loss. And here is another buy. It's giving small spikes. It spiked later, you can see. Our entry was right here. And it spiked up later. And here is another reversal again. Blue crossing purple on the downside, and our entry is here. And we received our spikes. And this was a sniper a sniper continuation signal, this spike. And it's still going up, and this is the reversal. Yes, this was very promising. Because when you familiarize with this strategy, you can see, just from seeing, you can see that this was the natural momentum of a reversal. Because it wasn't like very, very disturbed or triggered by any big spikes. And you can see the spikes did come. And here is another continuation. You can see we received this spike, but it wasn't very big of a spike to trigger us from our natural momentum. And you can see it's now lagging. You can see it's going down instead of crossing over here. So our position would be somewhere around here. From this crossover is somewhere around here. And it was still lagging. You can see it finally crossed over somewhere here. And here is another one. This one was the reversal again. This crossover, and it spiked small, and then went into bigger profits. And still going up. And you can see this one was an early entry. It spiked early. And the setup was like 2-3 minutes away from completion, and it spiked early. And this is another reversal again. This was a sniper reversal. And it went into bigger profits. And that was the end of 9 Feb. So this is the strategy. You'll be trading either a continuation or a reversal based on the momentum, and then you have to watch out for natural momentum, the one that I told you. That, let's say this, from this example you can see that we received all these spikes. You can see these small spikes, small spikes, small spikes, but the strategy maintained its momentum. You can see it didn't, like, it wasn't triggered to go up by these spikes. And you can see from here, this crossover, we got our big spikes all this way. So this was the natural momentum. And that the artificial, we talked about it, that when we receive a big spike and the momentum just rises, then we will not be taking that signal. So this is the strategy. Team Spike Detector.